Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome, Aries, to your money reading. Um, this is, I'm not putting a particular date on it, but definitely March is the beginning of it. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some are going to be intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Aries. Um, so there's a couple things I picked up for you, Aries, before we even begin, before we get into the cards. I feel like the beginning of, well, we're in the beginning of March. I feel like, you may have had some difficult energy that you had to deal with. I feel like be careful that you're not trying to solve everybody's problems. You know what I mean? Like, not that you can't solve problems, you're great at it, but be choosy. You know what I mean? Because you could have a lot of people like with their hands out or wanting help. And again, it's not that I'm saying don't help, but know who you're helping and why you're helping. I feel like the beginning of March is where you're really like, well, you have the opportunity to really lay some groundwork of how you'd like the rest of the year to look for you. I feel like it's just the beginning of the month that can be a little bit difficult, but I do want to remind you that Venus is going into retrograde. This may be exactly why I'm doing money readings. I usually do life readings, but I've had a lot of people reach out and say, "Can you just do money?" But I have to feel called to it. And this month I felt called to it. I'm starting to understand why. I feel like with Venus going in retrograde, Mercury going into retrograde, the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, um, I feel like this is a time where maybe if we put focus on how we'd like our financial world to look, then I definitely feel that you can manifest that through your work, of course, not magic, but I do feel your guides will definitely be behind you. And I say guides because I do read through my spirit guides who connect to your guide. So that's why one reading can really resonate with so many. Your spirit guides know you're going to be here probably before you do. So, anyways, we are just really asking Divine one question. Will you become rich this year? Will your business take off? Really, whatever it is you need to know as it relates to your money. I'm trying not to make them love readings, though I have to say a few signs love kind of creeped in. Um, but it's interesting. I may go like going forward. I may do each month do like a money reading and then a love reading. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But that makes sense to me all of a sudden. So Aries, will you be rich this year? And how can you get there? What do you need to do to get there? That's what we're asking. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the reading. Though when I say I'm opening up the reading, I really feel like the minute I hit play, the reading has opened. Again, because I feel like the information I gave you in the beginning, I definitely feel like your guides want you to hear that. You know why? Because the energy is temporary. So if you're going through or even dealing with like difficult people or difficult situations, it does feel temporary. And I feel like, um, especially like towards the end of March, the sun is your illuminator. Mars is your energy. And I feel like you can use this definitely to your benefit. So, okay, let's go ahead and begin with the tarot. So we're going to use Mother Mary, who I brought Mother Mary out for half the readings, half the money readings, and half I didn't. But I feel called to bring it out, so certainly get Mother Mary's words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify and go deeper. We're going to use the, all of a sudden I forgot the name. Jeez. Light Seers, the Light Seers Tarot. Really one of my favorite decks. But I say that all the time. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. I'm going to bring the lid down. There we go. I do have people who ask me, like, why don't you have your camera down on the cards? I wish I could. I'm using a laptop, and the phone I have, it doesn't record, like, it's cheap. I probably get like a 10-minute recording, but it would be of low quality, and you know, but I am saving up for a new phone, so we'll see. All right. I guess I'll put that intention out there to the universe. All right, let's begin. Happy birthday, by the way. Today celebrating a birthday. Shout out to my friend who's on the 22nd. Okay, well, Mother Mary's got a few things to say. All right. Joy. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. Joy. Jesus. JJ. I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. Joy. Jesus. And forgiveness. It's kind of hard not to like consider this forgiveness when it's following Jesus's energy. Right? But it also, what it makes me feel like Jesus is saying, when you're able to forgive and let go, and again, forgiveness you don't have to pick up a phone. You don't have to tell someone you forgive them. You're just forgiving within your heart. It really does make your life so much easier. I have to tell you, there's a lot of people in my life I had to forgive because if I would have carried that energy with me, I don't know that I would still be here, to be honest. So, forgiveness. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. I already know someone going to say, I'm not giving forgiveness, and that is completely up to you. But boy, do I feel like this is coming from the highest power. And what does it ultimately give you? Joy. Why? Because you're no longer carrying that heaviness around. And it's almost like Jesus is asking you to do that, asking you to consider that. But then I do feel like, and then you do feel joy, like you're able to start to feel real joy again. It is a personal choice, but I feel like it's coming from the highest of sources. All right, let's put them right here. See if they stay up. All right, let's bring in the light seers. So again, this is your money, your career, creativity. Um, some of you may be starting businesses. Great time for it. I've been saying that for a while. I feel like this is going to be a great year if you're starting a business. If you have a business and you're thinking of adding new things to it. I was going to say you can even check out your opposite sign, which I haven't done yet, is Libra. And so Libra is about balance. So I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up. So maybe like finding balance is really what opens everything up. It reminds me of the chariot. The chariot really can't move until it's balanced. And it's like symbolic of our life. The masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark within all of us. Okay. All right, Aries. I don't know why, but I feel like excited to do your reading. So I hope that means good things. Wow. Okay. Hello, Will. Your destiny. First and foremost, interesting. That means that this wheel is moving. It means that you're moving into a destined time. And what does that mean? It means that you and your soul are in alignment. I feel like our souls come into this lifetime, not just to find love, but to create, to have experiences, adventures. So to me, it means this wheel's about to start moving and it is something that's destined. Tower. Okay, don't freak out. And then look at this, the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is an unexpected cup of fulfillment. It's interesting because it's coming after the Tower. It's almost like the Tower is the beginning of the month. And it just got to get you through the beginning of the month, the beginning of March. And once we get through that, even the 10th, is today the 10th? I feel like today's the 10th. And then the 16th. Well, we have a total lunar eclipse on the 14th in the sign of Virgo, by the way. So you can definitely use that energy. But, so I'm not really fearing this tower other than to say something probably needed to go, something needed to end. Um, and, I'm not saying it had to, but I feel like because, like, I don't feel negative about this tower. I almost feel like it's this tower that's helping me move into the next stage. Hmm. I see this all the time in like personal readings and like someone gets fired from a job. Actually, I know someone this just happened to. They got fired from a job and well, no, they didn't get fired. They quit because just of bullshit. Um, but anyways, and you think, oh my God, what am I going to do? My life is, we go negative, but instead, what happened is this person turned around and started to create, well, it's actually Justin, who many of you heard me talk about, create coloring books. He's an artist. He went to school to be an artist. It's not what he was doing. I kept having visions of him doing it though, being this artist. I've even talked about it. And so now that's what he's doing. He's creating the most beautiful coloring books I've ever seen. And I'm not lying. Like, I really mean it. He's that talented. Um, so the reason why I'm using that example is if that tower didn't happen, right? If that moment in time that pushed him to that edge, it didn't happen, would he then turn around and start to build his, what I feel is going to be his dream life? So, and by the way, when I use someone else as an example, that's because I feel you in it. At Knight of Cups, he does have roses in his hands. I really don't want to make this a love reading. I love the white horse behind him. To me, that's a sign of purity. We have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles it's a learning experience. It's what I've learned along the way. And what I'm still learning, this is someone who is very open to learning. And it doesn't have to mean like through books. It could just be through doing something, you know. Um, I feel like this is also signifying that this is something that you already like. This is skill that you already possess. It's a talent you already have, and it feels like this Knight of Cups is what's going to help bring it about. Like again, unexpected couple fulfillment. Mother Mary, first card is joy. But first, I had to get over this tower. And even the tower connected to the wheel, I feel like, again, the wheel is your destiny. We do have to, we have to understand that even the difficult things were probably meant to happen. If you just follow, like, just like I was saying about Justin, where, that job ended and now he's really doing what he went to school for, the Page of Pentacles, what I went to school for, what I truly love versus like just working for the man. So, this Page of Pentacles mirroring the wheel makes me feel like you have this knowledge. You already possess this knowledge, these gifts. So let's keep going. Look, it just flipped around. And you could tell it was meant to flip around. The Ten of Wands. We won't take him yet. Ten of Wands. Let's look at it this way. Ten of Wands can certainly be a period of heavy responsibilities. I kind of love this image because what I see is someone who was on a mountaintop, was living a certain experience, but something seems to have dried up. It's like the land is barren, like we can't survive there anymore. I don't know why, but it's reminding me of um, like what's the word? Like back in the day, where we had to find the right place to to make a settlement. Jeez, I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway, so this person feels like, well, they are leaving a mountaintop. They're taking what they can carry, but they're heading towards a new mountaintop, and it's in reverse. It's under the wheel. It feels like these responsibilities, it feels like you may have taken on more than your fair share. That might be exactly why I said in the beginning, like, know who you're helping, why you're helping, who you're giving your energy to, and why you're giving it to them. Because somewhere it definitely feels like here's you taking on all the weight. And Aries, the one thing I know about you is you do like to help the underdog. Um, but sometimes people can take advantage of that. Anyway, let's keep going. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Look what he's holding in his hand. Nice big old pentacle. Look how relaxed he looks. Chilled out. Like, I don't know. I just love this image. His German Shepherd. It's like his spirit guide. Like my best friend. He's surrounded by books. This person is wise. Could be you. Might be someone else, but let's see. He is looking towards the future. He's coming under the tower, but that doesn't mean he was definitely part of that tower. He may be someone who is after the tower. And again, part of me is feeling it's you. We have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Again, could be my younger self. And I know you're fire, but it doesn't really matter. In my readings, I don't read that way. Um, so, it's definitely tying your younger self to your current self. This king has his back to the Ten of Wands, so it's not affecting him at all. We have the World. Okay, so I feel like whoever this king is, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's you. I really do. I feel like it's you. And when I say you, I just feel like who's ever watching. So the world is the next chapter. And having the wheel, your destiny, and the world in the same reading, I love. Um, to me, the world is it's a symbol of something that can last the rest of my life. So let's say that there's a creative project that you've always wanted to do. Sometimes it can be a side hustle that ultimately becomes like what you end up doing in the world. So you have the world. It's coming below the Knight of Cups, this unexpected cup of fulfillment. The world, to me, is when I'm very comfortable walking hand in hand with my spirituality. Like, I know that my spiritual team is guiding me and sending me signs. And are they ever? Because now we have the Page of Swords. But just look at her. She's reading a book. This king's got all these books behind him. I almost feel like he's already read the majority of them. And I do feel like this is speaking to your wisdom, you know. Um, and yeah, you could certainly have book smarts. And all of a sudden, I feel like there's a professor. I feel like there's a professor in the room. Um, but I want you just to notice how many epiphanies this person is receiving from one book. And to me, that means your guides, right? Like they put something in front of you. It piques your interest. You start to get all these ideas, and then next thing you know, it's what you're doing for a living. I'm not saying that some of you are, I feel a mix actually. Like I feel some of you are just beginning, you're just receiving these epiphanies. That may be why your guides nudged you here, because maybe you were like, are these epiphanies real? Are these ideas I'm getting, are they something I should use? Well, I think yes. I think with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it almost feels like there's nothing in your way now. So that tower feels like it did come in the way between what feels like the potential of the future dream life or carrying the heaviness of the Ten of Wands. I don't think you want that. And that's why it's in reverse. By the way, the Ten of Wands in reverse is mirroring the Page of Swords. And, it can be a younger air sign. Yeah, I did talk about Libra. But again, I feel it's you. Like, I feel both of these, both the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords are you. And I feel the Page of Pentacles is about the knowledge you already possess that you've gained along this journey. Some of it could certainly be, you know, through books. Again, this king is surrounded by books. But I feel like the epiphanies feel like they're just beginning. It is following the world. I feel like someone is saying to themselves, can I really pull this off? And I feel like those are the words I was meant to say. Can I really pull this off? Well, it looks very good. It really does. Um, you know, let's just put it this way. Yes, there's a tower showing, but because of that tower, the Ten of Wands is now in reverse. So it's really freed you up. Now, I can understand being like a little nervous if, you know, if it's a change of jobs, like, can I support at least myself? Some of you, your family. I feel like your spiritual team is right behind you, helping you. I mean, really helping you. You know, I feel like when you follow your passions, and remember, you're fire. So following your passion is important. But again, know, you know, why. And I only say that because, again, I feel like the first part of March, you know, there could be people coming out of the woodwork looking for your help, and maybe you just can't. Don't be afraid of saying no, because this feels like it's your time. All right, we have the hangman. Hang on, you move too fast. All right, so the hangman can represent a pause in the action. The hangman is seeking wisdom. That's why he's just hanging there. Like, I am seeking wisdom on my next steps, and then I will go ahead and take those next steps. Well, the hangman is mirrored by the wheel. So I feel like you're receiving. I mean, if you just look at like the light around her, even though she's in quite a position, but she's reaching it. So she's receiving that spiritual wisdom. You know, it's interesting. It reminds me of, oh, you know, where they use cloths and, oh, dang it, I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, so the hangman mirroring the wheel. I feel like, you know, yeah, there was a pause in the action. What's coming in between the wheel and this hangman? That Ten of Wands. But because it's reversed, I feel like the hangman, um, that pause in action, I feel like that's being lifted. So let's follow it. Definitely feels like someone's receiving the advice that I was seeking. We have the Two of Pentacles. Should I? Could I? Will it be okay? Two of Pentacles puts the ball in your court. That does mean something's reaching you. You know, that Knight of Cups is bringing in that cup of fulfillment and joy. I know that they're connected. I feel like it's now reaching you, and then you have to make a decision. It's interesting it's mirroring the tower. So I want to say just be careful that you, because I feel like this is about you and your opportunities. But that tower seems to have a little bit of effect on whether you say yay or nay. So to me, the Two Pentacles is more about using the logical mind, you know, versus like the fear-based mind. And by the way, you can always change courses. You know what I mean? Like you can try something, and if it doesn't feel like it's working out, you can change courses. But I don't feel like you're going to change courses because, again, I feel like the world is representing what you'll be doing for the rest of your life, or at least until you're done working. But then again, I'm saying till you're done working, but this may be something you just never want to stop. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. She's mirroring that Knight of Cups. Um, Interesting because, you know, I feel like what it's saying is this may not be the time for love. Though don't worry, I'm going to be doing your monthly reading soon, and that will include like love and everything that's going on. Here, we're just really looking at the finances. But I have to say, I don't love the Queen of Wands in reverse because she is the Queen of Action, um, especially with the Hangman there. So it feels like this question is going to decide whether this Queen takes action or not. Yet, at the same time, and I know it's confusing when I do this, but I have to give you what I'm receiving. At the same time, I do feel like there could be, like, you might meet someone, um, and I'm not saying don't move into that if someone piques your interest, but don't give up on what you're doing either. All right. This queen just may need a little persuasion. Well, that might persuade her. So, Six of Wands, victory and success. Literally, the spotlight is on you. The one thing I really love about the Six of Wands, though, is this is where other people are looking up to you because of action steps you've taken. I feel like this queen who's in reverse, it could be a little bit of uncertainty. Again, because we open this line with seeking spiritual wisdom. And it's like your spiritual team is saying, well, as long as you're willing to put your focus on this, whatever you're doing in this spotlight, then I do feel like it's saying success will be yours. And I kind of love that it's mirroring the Page of Pentacles because, again, I feel like you possess a lot of what you need already, and the rest you may learn as you go. And that's really like if you're starting a business, I know that's what I did. I learned as I was going along. But I love that we're seeing victory and success. And right now, it's really mirroring also the wheel. So, it's like your guide just saying you're meant to have success. Hmm. And then the Five of Swords. So we're going to put that with there. I feel like there just might be some old energy, and that may be where forgiveness comes in. Again, doesn't mean you have to pick up a phone. It just means don't carry it. In the Ten of Wands, it could be exactly what you were doing. You were carrying a lot of old energy that you had to find a way to release, but I feel like you did. And by the way, I feel like when you do that, it like opens up your mind again. It's like you're free to think, these epiphanies, they're very clear where when I'm in the Ten of Wands, it's like drudging through mud. But we do have the Five of Swords here, so somewhere along the way, there was some toxic energy. I mean, it has to go back to the tower. Um, and I feel like in the Two of Pentacles, when I said, can I, should I, would I, I feel like what I'm questioning is, can I be successful? Will I be able to, like, financially take care of myself? For some of you, take care of your family. And everything is telling me yes. But I feel like the one thing is you really have to believe in yourself. And I also feel this message of don't not do something because you think I don't know enough about it, because I feel that you do. And I feel that this type of opportunity that's showing, you'll continue to learn. It does feel spiritual, and I feel like our spirituality is an ongoing lesson. Now, I want to say, if the tower, and I'm saying if, I do know that they're connected. Now we look at that tower and we understand that there was a lot of toxicity. It reminds me a little bit of, just knows my screen was so dark. It reminds me a little bit of Mercury in retrograde. That may be part of what the hangman is. Like, learning to believe in yourself, no matter what anybody else has told you. You may be starting something where other people, could be family members, could be, an old love, who, I don't know, I just don't feel like they believed in you. But I don't feel like you need them to believe in you. It'd be nice, but that's not what this is all about. This is about you, first and foremost. This is about you allowing yourself these new opportunities, taking a chance. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Five of Wands. So interesting. We have the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So, again, it's like goodbye tower. That tower, in a way, I feel like that tower, what the heck? I feel like that tower kind of saved your life, in a way. Like, without that tower, I don't feel like you would move into this energy, at least not right now. Five of Wands, drama, fighting, bad communication. I mean, you put this 5 and a 5, that's a 10. We want that to come to an end. Knight of Wands underneath that. Could talk about, in your younger days, your younger years. This could be where that energy of self doubt is coming from. And then I have to say again, with Mother Mary saying forgiveness, well, in the Five of Wands, I often feel like if I'm waiting for someone to apologize, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's too much ego involved. So sometimes I got to be okay with that and move on from it. Like, once you move on and you move into this energy, I feel like you won't need that apology, or even someone to recognize that maybe they were wrong. Maybe you really could be successful. But say la vie. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. Let's go deeper. Shuffle. And by the way, anyone who's new, First of all, welcome. Welcome to our beautiful soul family. Everything is always pre-shuffled, but I always like to give them at least one shuffle with you here. Okay, so we're going to start at the beginning. I don't know, my cards are driving me crazy. They won't stay in alignment. All right. So we're looking at the wheel, your destiny. I almost feel like if this tower didn't happen, the wheel wouldn't move because one doesn't go with the other. You're moving into a much lighter, more abundant type energy, and this makes complete sense. The Eight of Cups over the wheel. To me, that even ties back to the Hangman and even that Ten of Wands where it's in reverse. So, this is someone who definitely looked within their emotional house. The cups have been knocked over, the things that didn't work out. I am looking for clarity, and that's what the Hangman was doing. But this person, you can see that they're walking away from the Eight of Cups. They're giving themselves a new beginning. Goodbye to the old. Hello to the new. This person is heading towards the Nine of Cups, inner fulfillment and fulfillment of wishes. We already have one. Okay. So, literally, this is someone allowing themselves to have this new beginning. And it definitely feels like I'm just no longer allowing the past. Look at this, the devil in reverse over the tower. Interesting. So, that's the card of Capricorn. Um, but let me tell you, what it means is temptations. And coming over the tower, I don't feel like these temptations are good. Um, this could certainly talk about something that you tried over and over and over again to no avail. The devil can certainly cast illusions, and those illusions may make you feel stuck. Sometimes you'll see the devil's card where someone's in this cage and the devil is making this person feel like they're stuck. The cage, the door to the cage is wide open. They're just not seeing it, but yet it's there. Um, I kind of love seeing this in reverse. And one of the main reasons is because I just feel like you're not going to be tempted to energy that is not for your highest good any longer. And, even through the tower, you did learn a lot. You definitely learned what you don't want. I feel like you reclaimed yourself through this tower. And yes, it can be temporarily difficult energy, as any change is. But even with that change, there's these brand new opportunities opening up. And then look what comes out. Hello, Ace of Pentacles, right over the Knight of Cups. So, an unexpected couple fulfillment, but now the Ace of Cups means it's literally coming into your physical world. It's tangible. If we were doing a love reading, yes, it could certainly talk about love coming in. And that could be the case. I'm not going to leave that off the table. Um, but I definitely feel like that Ace of Pentacles is to help you expand your world. expand your mind, expand what it is you do, and ultimately put you in the spotlight, just where you're meant to be. What a great omen. The only thing I don't love is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, we'll see. Maybe she'll flip around. We have the Two of Swords. Interesting. Two of Swords. So here comes this Ace of Pentacles. It's being brought in by this Knight of Cups. It's unexpected. I feel like it throws you for a little bit of a tizzy. Like, oh my God. I feel like the Two of Swords. I feel like sometimes we read too much into it. I feel like it's just our natural fear that, could raise its head because it's something new. This ace with this Knight of Cups. Again, now we know even the ace is unexpected, but we know it's coming in. And I feel like just for a moment, I kind of feel like it throws you into a little bit of like, oh my God. Oh, what the heck? A little ant. All right. And I feel like also some of you may be like, what is it that I really want to do? I feel like you can really look, well, how do I say this? Because I feel like you possess the knowledge that you need. Maybe it's just really trusting in that. And then trusting in the fact that you will learn what you need to know as you go along. Don't be afraid of like, if you're starting something new, like if something didn't work out quite the way you expected, well, maybe you can tweak it. You know what I mean? Like, don't give up on it. Maybe I can tweak it a little bit. Hello, Fool. Over the reversal of the Ten of Wands. Quite beautiful. This is a new beginning. Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Will you or won't you? Two swords before it. Nah. Could put a little bit of like, well, I'm not sure. Just like the Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands, by the way, is someone who does follow her passions, her desires. But something or someone has turned it in reverse. But I feel like as we get closer and closer, it's going to turn around, so to speak. So, anyways, this is about you taking a leap of faith. It's like divine is doing their part, but then ultimately it will be up to you. Will you take that leap of faith? I can tell you this. I feel like if you found or if you're on your way to finding inner harmony, then I feel like you're definitely going to take this leap of faith. That means there's a reason, right? That means that something is coming that you need to take that leap in. It is connected to your destiny. It doesn't carry, the heaviness that your life once had. This is much more freer. So, what it reminds me of like working for oneself and really being able to do whatever you want. No one to tell you, like, no. It's like, this is my baby. This is my thing. I love seeing the Fool here, especially coming under the Eight of Cups. Okay. Okay, so now we have the Ten of Wands right over this King of Pentacles. Interesting. And then we have the Queen of Cups over the world. By the way, she's holding that cup. She's coming right under that Knight of Cups who is bringing in a cup. She's got it in her hand. that tells you that this Ace of Pentacles, which says that this cup is coming into your physical world, that it literally comes in. I'm starting to wonder about this king now. I do want to say for some of you, I do feel like it is your younger self and your current self. And it makes sense that Pentacles would show because we're doing a money reading. But now I'm wondering, like, this king who has the Ten of Wands over him, is it his? Excuse me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had a knock at my door. Come and knock at my door. All right. So we'll come back and look at that king, but I'm saying because the queen has her back. Interesting, because his king has his back to the Ten of Wands. Now this queen has her back to the Ten of Wands. The king has his back to the Ten of Wands, but the Ten of Wands being in reverse. So now we have the King of Wands, or the Ten of Wands in the upright over the king. Now, we do have Capricorn right above him. So it could certainly represent a Capricorn. But I'm not sure it's representing him in the best of light. All right, well, let's keep going, and we will come back. Hello, Ace of Cups. And do I love the Ace of Cups? First of all, it's coming over the Page of Swords. It's mirroring the Fool. You're taking a leap of faith over this Ace of Cups. Also, this Ace of Pentacles, though. Ace of Cups is definitely something or someone that you love. It's a representation of love, let's just put it that way. I love that you not only have the Ace of Cups, but you have the Ace of Pentacles. So let's just say this Ace of Cups, for money, it definitely feels like loving what you do. I feel like that's one of the best gifts and I know because I've worked, I used to manage fitness centers for many, many, many years. And now I work for myself. And I don't know, being a Virgo, it's like it makes me so happy. All right, what else do we have? We have the Page of Swords again over the Hangman, and then the beautiful Knight of Pentacles, Guardian Angel energy. It's interesting. It's coming over this Two of Pentacles with the Hangman right before it, where you are seeking this wisdom. It's almost like spiritual communication. That's what it feels like. Because this night, to me, I just love this night. Like this night we can trust with our lives. This night tells you I come at the right time, not before and not after. I don't come before because I'm not sure that the gift that I bring, that you'll use it in the way or use it for all the potential that it has. And that may be why some of this clearing has been going on. Again, that Tower, but then that Ten of Wands in reverse. I almost, I'm not almost. I feel like your spiritual team is saying, believe in us, trust in us. This Knight brings in a pentacle. Well, here is that pentacle right over the Knight of Cups. You want to talk about loving what you're doing. But you know what I also feel? I feel your spiritual team's love for you. Like, I'm talking like unconditional love, the kind of love that we don't even understand yet. That's what they're telling me they have for you, for us. Okay? Keep going. You know what it kind of looks like to me? It's like you decided that you're not going to carry these burdens with you anymore. And it almost feels like you gave them away and someone else now has to claim them. So now someone else has to carry almost like your workload. But c'est la vie. You know what I mean? Like we have the strength card over the reversal of the Queen of Wands. So strength card is really looking within oneself. This is understanding that we all carry demons and we have control over that. This is finding real balance. It's probably why, again, I brought up Libra, because Libra represents balance. Strength card is ultimately what becomes your courage, your power, truly. Like, it's knowing oneself, all sides of myself, and then knowing how to balance that. Queen of Wands may be going through that right now. She's looking right over at the Knight of Pentacles, though, like her guardian angel. Help me. Help me to overcome. Help me to accept these blessings. Help me to trust in myself and that I truly can be successful. Help me to let go of what's not serving me and who's not serving me and who has been telling me I can't, I won't be successful. And now, please put the trust back within me. And your spirit guides say, and so it is. And so it is. Beautiful. The sun. You know what's interesting? It's coming at the end of the reading. Well, kind of the end of the reading. Um, but I felt the sun is an important part of your development here. The sun is your illuminator. So there's really nothing to fear when the sun is out. The Two of Swords, it's like, yes, it is scary to start something new, but exciting at the same time. The sun's kind of like your friend saying, you don't have to worry. You know, if by chance you start to take like a wrong turn, we'll help move you back into the right direction. The sun is the promise of a brand new day, of feeling unencumbered. It's really enjoying one's life. And then look what comes with that, the Ace of Swords. So you have three aces. With the Ace of Swords, truthful communication, triumphant success. That's what the Ace of Swords means. Coming over the sun, any type of communication, you'll know instantly whether it's truth or it's not. Instantly. don't overthink it. That's the only fear with the Virgo full moon is Virgo has the potential to overthink things. I feel like this we don't want to overthink here. Because overthinking could definitely get in our way. We could just think like, oh, I just have a feeling if you think too hard and long about it, you may start to doubt yourself again. And I feel like this is saying don't doubt yourself. Others may have doubted you, but that's them. Spiritual team is like saying the opposite. And who am I going to believe? I'm going to believe my spiritual team. Okay, so I want to go back and just look at this king and tell me why I feel like a card is flipped around. It is the Three of Cups. Three Cups, interesting. I'm going to tell you the first thing I feel, and that is that this king, whoever it may be, could have had, let's just say, a drinking problem. There's something that I feel tempted this person where I feel like it comes in between their success. Maybe you were part of that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was there where it's funny. I just said to Sam the other day, I said, I miss the days that I used to go out to the bars. I used to have the best times. Because I wasn't a fighter or anything like that. I would just dance and play pool and just have fun. And it's funny, I just said like I miss those days, but yet I feel like someone may have a little bit of a problem with that. A little bit of problem with handling their alcohol. But I guess the moral of this story is I've got to know, maybe I just can't help them. And you probably can't. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that people have to make their own decision about. We don't have to stick around and wait, right? It's like you're either going to change or you're not. Hmm. All right. So I want to come up and I want to look at the Ace of Pentacles over this Knight of Cups. And although I don't want to make it a love reading, I do feel like there could be a potential of you may meet someone. Let's just put it that way. But I do feel like you're on your way. Um, let's just say to your new beginning when this happens. Oh my gosh, look at that. So it's a soulmate. Now, this could be the perfect person to work with. This could be someone who is aligned with your ideas, your thoughts, your morals. I won't leave that off the table. But I can't help but also say, just the way it's showing, and I swear I try so hard not to make them love readings. But for some of you, I feel like you're going to meet a soulmate. You're going to meet a soulmate. It's going to be at an unexpected time. But, with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's going to be the right time. I mean, I can't deny that. especially with the Ace of Cups here. It makes sense that the Queen of Wands is in reverse because she may be saying, well, I really want to follow what I'm doing. I really am not in the mood to fall in love. You know what I mean? But that doesn't stop this from coming in. You can say yes or no, and we have that Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles where you are making a decision. But then the Fool makes me feel like, okay, you make that decision and you're willing to take this leap of faith. I mean, I can't read it any other way. Though I can read it as um, it could also be the perfect person to work with. Wow. All right, let's come down to the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Death card. All right, so first of all, it's a card of Scorpio. The Death card doesn't say it here, but you'll usually see it say death slash rebirth. Death card is the closing of a chapter. You have the World card here. It's because a new chapter wants to open up. You are the one who has to close the chapter. Well, I shouldn't have said that because maybe that tower, maybe I didn't plan on that chapter closing, but I'm telling you that there will be a day that you will be thankful for that. And I'm looking right at that Knight of Pentacles like, okay, so this knight says I come at the right time. Wow, the Death card with that. And if we just look up that line, we have the devil, but in reverse. So the devil's influence is no longer part of your life. But it is you that's got to learn to close those doors. Because I feel like if we don't close old doors, new doors can't open. If we never clean our closet, how can we ever bring in new clothing? And I feel like cleaning the closet is like a symbol to the universe that, all right, I have room for new. So I feel like that's very clear. But first, you're analyzing it, you're thinking about it, you're being true to you. So you are doing what I feel like Spirit's asking you to do. And then don't forget the sun. Well, first of all, the sun's illuminating this Ace of Cups. It's also illuminating this Ace of Swords. So who knows? This soulmate could reach out through communication. Hmm. Okay. Especially with the Page of Swords being mirrored by the Ace of Swords. Could be someone you know. Someone you knew. All right. I'm just going to take some cards right across the middle of the board for any other messages that want to come out. Come out now. All right. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. King of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Jeez. Then we have the Star. Aries, it almost feels like you had to go through hell to reach your heaven. You had to understand, what's not serving you. It definitely looks like you've been dealing with drama. But I'm going to be honest, I feel like for a while you did get pulled into it. Um, And I want to say if anyone has ended something with you, well, in a way, they're doing you a favor. Though I know it doesn't feel like it at the time, but you have the star right under now, the soulmates. The star is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, but it is about manifesting them. What the heck? Hang on one second. Okay. Hmm. Hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Under the soulmates, under the Ace of Pentacles, under the Knight of Cups, right next to the Ace of Cups, mirrored by the Fool, a new beginning, the willingness to take this leap of faith. Man, Aries, it feels like you have the opportunity to, let's say you want to change your world, your life. This feels like the opportunity to do that. And yeah, I do feel like you had to go through some difficult things. And there could be things that ended that maybe at the time you didn't want them to end. But I feel like now you're going to start to see why. Especially with the heaviness of the past. Like, ugh. Let's just take a couple more and then we'll let it be. We have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about your individuality, celebrating who you are. This is someone who is really concentrating on their craft, but other people are really admiring what they do. A lot of times you don't know this. And, what's going to follow shows you that not everyone admires what you do. That's why you got to trust within yourself, your individuality, but then the Seven of Swords. Almost like someone didn't accept you for who you truly are. And maybe you tried to change yourself, but that probably was never the answer. Three of Pentacles, it's a great omen in a money reading because it tells you that, and so does the Six of Wands, by the way, that whatever you're doing, that people will take notice of that. And that it was meant for you. Like this is about your individuality. And to hell with anyone who doesn't trust within that. Like, I feel like don't allow anyone to steal your dreams. This is the thief in the night. But before that is your individuality. And by the way, coming right over that Knight of Pentacles, your spiritual team is like, I don't know how to say this, but it's like they know the truth. They know your capabilities, your possibilities, all that can be. But I don't know, there always seems to be someone who kind of wants to take that dream, but we have to learn not to allow that. Venus is going into retrograde, and that could certainly bring back old lovers. But I just want to say be careful with that. Sometimes, yes, I may want an old lover back. By the way, we all have all these pages, so that can certainly speak about someone of a younger time. And I don't feel like, like I feel like it's safe to love, but I feel like if someone is coming back who did carry all that drama, who does carry toxicity within their hearts, let's say, who maybe doesn't tell the truth, like that's not the person I'm going to let in, right? Because this next chapter, it's going to be up to you what you're going to bring along. It's like you're writing your book, right? And how do you want this chapter to read? Just like the last chapter? Or do you want this to be an exciting chapter? You know, that type of chapter where you just can't stop reading the book. This is your book of life. And the potential you have within it, it's just tremendous. It just is. You know, I feel like Mother Mary is saying, did you deserve this joy, but you got to fight for it too. And I don't mean like fight as in like verbally fighting. I just mean like you got to take these chances, because I feel like there's going to be a few chances offered. And yes, you can say, I do get the feeling that someone is going to say no to love, but maybe it's because my focus is on my money right now. And I feel like if it's this person who seems to have caused a lot of problems, then I would agree with you. It's definitely a no. But there is this unexpected cup, right? And now we see that it is a soulmate. But we also see the star underneath it. So, if anything, let's say that I am interested in love, that I'm not interested in any old love, right? This is someone I'd want to spend my life with. And that's kind of, again, what the world signifies what you're going to do, what I feel for the rest of your life. And I say that because the world card is the last card in the tarot. And to me, that means it's the closest energy to God. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Um, it's like I can't wait to do your monthly reading yet because I know love's going to be a part of it. And I'm going to start on them probably by next week. So I have a feeling that's what yours is going to show. And I hope it's showing the progression from this, because this is really the letting go of the old and the opening up to the new. And then just allowing the universe to surprise you. That's really the thing. Live in the present moment. Know that all is possible. Something's only impossible until it becomes possible. Remember, the sun is here as your illuminator, and you have victory all over the board. So, I think we'll let that be, and we'll let your monthly reading determine more about this love. All right, guys. I feel like your reading is just saying take some chances. There are going to be opportunities that are going to show for you. Um, and it may, for some of you, have come after a period of time where you really thought, oh my God, now what? Then I feel like that's when your spiritual team is like, they're in action. They're helping you to guide, well, I feel like to do something that's going to really bring you joy and money and love. Oh, I had to add that in there. All right, guys. I love you. I thank you. Happy birthday to my friend on the 22nd. Happy birthday to everyone, actually. um, yeah, I'm gonna let that be. It's like I really can't wait to do your monthly reading now, but soon enough. All right, guys. Love you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye.